Hello guys, Justin Holman or Retrix Parkour here today, and I'm bringing you the Sideflip tutorial. Now, I'm not going to be doing tutorials every Tuesday yet, but once I hit 200 subscribers, I will be doing tutorials every Tuesday by your guys' choice. So make sure you get some friends to subscribe if you want to see more tutorials from me. Alright, I think I've only done like 2 tutorials and they're really sucky, so I'm going to redo those tutorials later on if you guys want me to. But let's get started on the side flip tutorial. Now the reason the side flip is difficult, it doesn't require super strength in order to do the flip, and you don't really need to jump 20 feet up in the air to do this flip. Really the difficult part about it is getting over the fear of doing it and being able to control your body when you're going into the flip. Now it may seem simple to be able to control your body, but the only way that will be simple is if you really understand how it's working and what your body does and how you can control it and stop it from doing certain things. So if you come up into a side flip and you're scared, you don't want to tuck, and you start to bail and you're flapping your arms everywhere, almost said wings, flapping your arms everywhere and your legs trying to protect yourself, that's really your body taking control. It's not really you telling your body what to do, it's just your body doing whatever it wants to, if that makes any sense. I'm not an expert on the body. So you just really need to get used to being able to control your body and the movement that it's going. You do not want to freak out in the middle of a flip, you want to be comfortable with it. So kind of drill kind of the movement. I'm not saying go out and try at first attempt, like directly after you see this video. You can if you want, if you feel like you can do it or you want to try it, go ahead. But otherwise, try to drill it. What I mean by that is roll across the ground, or you can try doing it over something. Like if you have a table, I'd say about chest height, or some friend to use, something that you not scared to jump onto. Something about chest height. This way, when you jump into it, you can just roll across your back and off of it, and then work on touching it less and less each time you do your flip. But let's get on to teaching you how to do the flip now. I'm sure you guys want to learn. Okay, to do the flip, the first thing I want you to do is mark a spot on the ground. I'm trying to get directly, super specifically in front of the camera. I don't think it's working at all. But I want you to mark a spot directly in front of an object. The reason I want you to mark it in front of an object, or not in front of an object, I mean with an object that's lined up with where you're marking. I want you to line up your mark with an object. The reason I want you to do this, I want you to mark that spot so that you know where you're at throughout your flip. The way you can tell where you're at throughout your flip just by marking a spot and having something in front of you is because you can see where you're at. Now, I'm sure some people, I don't know how many people do it, I'm not an expert on that. I'm sure some people don't really know where they're at when they're flipping because they're closing their eyes. You can usually see where you're going throughout your whole entire side flip, and I think that's one of the only flips you can see most of where you're at. When you're doing a front flip, you're blind practically once your head gets past right here. You're usually blind to where you're at, or where your feet are at least. So the side flip, you kind of understand where you're at the whole time if you have something directly in front of you, because you can look at it. So you mark that spot directly in front of it, step about 5 steps back. You don't want to go for a 100-meter dash. You do not want to go for a full sprint into the side flip, because you could get hurt, you could slip, you can mess up. So take it safe. So take about 5 steps back. This is just to build up a little bit of momentum. This doesn't take much power to do the flip, but really try to exert as much power as you can into it. So you got that spot. You take about 5 steps back. I'm going to pretend this is 5 steps, which is only like 1 step. But I'm coming into it, and these are my, this is really, all I have is like a foot left to do my flip onto that, or from that spot. So I have that foot left. What am I going to do within that foot? That step is not going to be a very efficient step for me. So what I want to do is, this weak leg is coming up, or your less dominant leg is coming up first, and it's going out completely that way. It's going out completely sideways if you're looking forward. and then your strong leg is also going this way, resulting in your body turning completely sideways. So once you turn completely sideways, you're coming down and you're jumping up. You're not bending your legs past a 90-degree angle. If you do, you're just going to be using energy that you don't really need. So you're just bending it about 90 degrees or maybe higher up, and you're throwing everything you have up into the air. The reason you're doing that is because you get the most height. You get the most height. Remember that. Get as much height as you can. It's way funner that way, in my opinion, and it's way safer, definitely. So you're throwing up as hard as you can. This arm is coming up past your ear. It's going up to the side and down. It's coming that way so that you get the spin into the flip, obviously. When you're bringing it down, you don't want to just bring your arm straight down. You don't just want to do that. I don't really know if that works. I've never tried it, but you want to bend your whole body. This is whipping these legs around like this, and when you're bringing them up, it kind of produces a little more power into it. It's a little bit more upward momentum. So you're bringing those legs in, tucking, and when you're tied up in a ball, you're tight, you spin faster. It's like if you take a piece of paper and you drop it, you know, it's going to float because it has more air resistance going against it. But if you crumple it up and then you drop it, it's obviously going to fall faster. It's got less air resistance against it, and it's going to go down faster. That works the same way for if you tuck, you spin faster than if you're completely opened up. So tuck tight. Now don't kiss your knees. I mean, don't go like that when you're going up into the tuck position. Also, don't bring your knees too close together in the tuck position. You want to keep them about shoulder width apart, really. So when you're coming around next, you got your tuck position in. You're spinning right now. You're doing the flip. When do you open up? Usually, a lot of people would say when you feel safe or as soon as you see the ground, which is really not the case. Some people feel safe completely upside down, which is stupid. I don't know why they feel safe like that. But you want to open up once the ground is coming underneath your feet, as long as you got enough distance to, when you open your leg fully out, that it touches the ground. Now, if you're still, okay, say you're right here. Say you're a little 2-foot person, right here in your flip. Your feet are right here. Are you going to untuck? No. The reason why is because if you untuck, the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to land like this. And you're going to get hurt. And I don't want you guys getting hurt. I want you to do this efficiently. So tuck once the ground gets to where you can open up your leg and you can touch it or just a little bit above it. Otherwise, you're going to over-rotate and you're going to end up hurting yourself and possibly breaking a bone. Don't let that get into your mind, though. Make sure, just know that in your mind, if you do this correctly, it will work. Your body will end up freaking out and be like, no, don't do this. And you just got to completely ignore that, really. You just go for it. But make sure you take into consideration all the steps that you need to do. So let's do a little recap on what to do. So you got your spot marked. You don't have to mark a spot. I don't know if it will help you. But you take your steps back and you're coming in to do this flip. Your weak legs coming first. Your strong legs coming second. You're completely sideways. You're throwing this arm up past your ear and out like that. You're throwing it up like this. So you're kicking up all the way, throwing sideways and coming down to grab your knees. You want to go into the tuck when you feel you're at the peak of your jump. Now when you're jumping into the side flip, you are going to be going sideways. So don't be expecting to jump straight up, like 5 feet up in the air, and then tucking and expecting to land it perfectly. You are going to be going sideways. That's going to help with the rotation. So don't think you just have to jump straight up. You can go sideways. Don't worry about all that stuff. So when you're at the peak of your jump, you're, I would say, about right here right now. So you're bringing this arm down fast. You're swooping it down like that as if you're trying to come around and punch yourself in the face. I don't know why you would do that, but as if you was. So you're coming down, but instead of punching yourself in the face, like I just said, you want to grab your knee. You're coming in like this, and you're grabbing your knee, creating a tight ball in order to land the flip. So you're coming around, you avoided punching yourself in the face, and you decided to grab your knee instead. So once that ground gets to where you feel like you can...
peanut butter?
So once you feel like you can actually touch the ground when you're coming around into the... go check in the cabinets. I don't know if we have peanut butter. So once that ground gets a distance to where you feel like you can touch the ground, or you're just a little bit above it, above touching it, then you open up. That's going to be your safest bet. Now make sure you land on the balls of your feet and not your heels, because that's going to jar your ankles, your knees, your hip, your spine. It's going to jar everything, and it's going to hurt you. So make sure you guys play this safe. Really, I'm pretty sure I got everything, and if I don't, be expecting some more clips coming in, and this probably won't actually be in the video if I did leave anything out. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you a lot. If it did, please click that like button down there. Comment below telling me if you got it and how fast you got it. Whether it's 2 weeks, 2 years, I don't care. Tell me when you got it, and tell me how much it helped you. Also, if you're having any problems, leave a video response, and leave a comment below. If you can't post a video response, leave a comment below telling me step by step exactly what you're doing. And if you're still having problems with it, I will tell you how to fix those problems. Yeah, that's about all. Click the subscribe button below if you enjoy my videos. There will be more coming soon. Stay tuned for my 365-day challenges every weekend, or every week, not every weekend. Once I hit 200 subscribers, I'm going to be doing this on a regular basis. And once I hit 250 subscribers, if I ever hit that many, I'm going to be doing weekly workout videos on Wednesdays. Wednesday workouts, yay. Workout tutorials on conditioning for parkour. So please click the subscribe button below. It will help me a lot. Yeah, headbutt!